welcome back to Bre'sBooks. I'm Brianna and today I'm going to show you my book to movie TBR, or at least the ones that I most want to get to out of all the ones on my bookshelf because I has a lot. This video will be divided into 3 separate sections. The first stack of books I'm going to show you are books I haven't read or seen the movie. I want to read the book before I see the movie. And the second stack of books is I've already seen the movies, but I want to read the book too. And the last stack of books is I've already seen the movie and actually own a decent copy of the movie to show you, and I want to read the book. So, all that to say, let's start with the books I haven't read or seen the movie yet, which are these. So the first one I want to talk about is The BFG by Roald Dahl. For some reason in my childhood, I'd completely missed getting to read any of the Roald Dahl stories, except for James and the Giant Peach. It's like the only one I read or remember reading growing up. And so I have not read The BFG yet, and I want to see the new Disney movie, but I haven't read this, and I don't think it would do justice without reading this first. So I want to read this and then see the movie and compare. Another one I haven't read or seen the movie yet is Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews. I've heard lots of things about this, so I want to get to it at some point so I can watch the movie. Another one I am interested in but kind of unsure about is Room by Emma Donoghue. I've heard fantastic things about this. I've heard not so sure things about this, but I do want to at least read this and then see if I want to watch the movie. Another one I really want to try is The Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman. I've been seeing the trailer around on Twitter for this movie, and it looks really good, so it's probably going to make me cry, but I want to read this book, and it's not super long, so gotta try it. And the last book that I have not yet seen the movie, or in this case the TV series, is Death Comes to Pemberton by P.D. James. And I recently saw somebody critique this saying they did not like the book, but they enjoyed the miniseries. So I'm hoping, for those of you who don't know, this is the supposed sequel or a sequel version of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This is by a different author, obviously, but this is like a murder mystery take on the sequel to Pride and Prejudice. And there is a BBC, I think it's a series, to go along with this, so I want to read it hopefully first and then I can watch the BBC series. And the next stack are books that I've already seen the movies too, but I still want to read them. And the first one is Austenland by Shannon Hale. I really love a lot of Shannon Hale's books. I enjoyed the movie a lot. I thought it was really funny. This is really short, so it's basically a rom-com about a girl that goes to an Austenese theme park experience type place so she can get treated like a character from Jane Austen's books, and it's a really fun movie, so I really want to try the book out. Next I have Wizard's Castle, which is a bind-up of Howl's Moving Castle and Castle in the Air, the first 2 books in her series by Diana Wynne Jones. And I love the movie Howl's Moving Castle from Studio Ghibli, so I really want to read this. I've heard only amazing things about this, except for my sister who didn't like the first book for some reason. But I love the movie, so I really, really want to read this soon. And next we have The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. Yes, I still have not read this book. It is sort of large, but I have seen the movie, and for the most part enjoyed it, except for the romance I wasn't a fan of. But I want to at least try the first book of this trilogy and see what I think. I haven't heard great things about the rest of the series, but I at least want to try the first one. I've heard it's pretty good, and that the romance is actually less gag-worthy in this print version. So we'll see how that goes. Next I have The Martian by Andy Weir. Yes, I caved and saw the movie before I had read the book, but it looks so good, and 2 hours of watching a movie is so much quicker than reading a whole book. But I still really want to read this. I've heard it's hilarious, and I really enjoyed the movie, and Got it. And I'm ashamed of this one too. It's another Roald Dahl book. It's Matilda, and I don't know. I just missed the bandwagon on Roald Dahl books. So I love the movie so much. This is a book about a book lover, so I can't believe I have not read this, but I really want to get to this soon because I love the movie, and I'm shamed that I am a reader and haven't read this book yet, so I need to get on that. And the last book of this section is The Duff, The Designated Ugly Fat Friend by Cody Kaplinger. I've seen the movie. It was pretty good, I guess, and so I want to read the book to see how it compares, I guess. Okay, and the last stack of books I haven't read but have already seen the movie too. I actually have copies of the movie to show with them, so that's basically like the last section, but I have movies to show as well. So the first one I'm going to mention is The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. This is a collection of short stories he wrote, so it's not really like a full-length novel from what I understand, but I have never read it, and I think that's atrocious, and I have this beautiful copy to read, and based on the Disney movie, both Disney movies are based on it, and I've seen both Disney movies, this one and the newer one, and I still have not read this, so when I watched the live action one in the theaters, it really made me want to actually take this up and read it, so hopefully I will read this soon. And next, I really want to read Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. I love the movie Warm Bodies, and so I need to read this, even though I've heard the book is a lot different than the movie, but I'm still intrigued and I want to try it out. So I've watched this, haven't read this. And the next one is probably not too many of you have heard about before, but I'm really excited about it, and I can't believe I still haven't read it. It's A Frozen Heart from Disney's Frozen by Elizabeth Rudnick. She basically wrote a novel about the movie Frozen from Anna's perspective, like all throughout in Anna's perspective. I think that's how it is. And so I'm interested to see inside her brain a little bit more than we see in the movie, hopefully. And obviously, I've seen the movie several times and love it, so I need to get on this ASAP. In case you aren't familiar, Frozen Heart by Elizabeth Rudnick. Some of you should really check this out because I think it's going to be awesome. And the last one I'm going to mention in my book to movie TBR today is Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. I have not read this, and I've already seen and loved the movie. And again, it's about readers, book lovers, and so I have to read this. I have to read it. I want to read it really, really bad. So I don't know why I haven't yet, but so many books. Anyways, that's all the book to movie adaptations I still want to read, and some movies I still want to watch, and so let me know if you have read any of these, what you thought about the movies versus the books, and all of that stuff. I would love to hear about it, and in the meantime, have a great day.